God Tier Podcast, the coolest battle rap podcast in the world, live on No Jumper. You know I'm already back again here with my co-host.
Marvin and Alexo used to be at Corsica, live and direct with my homegirl from Florida. What's happening, MyVerse?
What's up, y'all?
It's good to see you.
So happy to be here with y'all.
Yeah.
Like, we go way back like car seats, y'all, so.
Come on.
Appreciate it, man, for real. Means a lot. This is a squeaky ass chair, though.
First time I remember seeing you was like during the grind time days. So we're talking 2008.
Yeah.
But you weren't battling yet, at least not on the internet.
Yeah,
but
I was doing more like poetry battles.
Yeah.
Like slam poetry.
Spoken word.
Yeah, that was my thing.
What was a young MyVerse like though before? What was like MyVerse in high school like?
I got expelled.
For what?
From high school, because I never went.
Good
I was just like, what the fuck? Why do I have to be up at 5 a.m? This is weird. So I just kind of was in my own.
She's you one of those students who is like still got good grades but wasn't in class.
Yeah, like I just wasn't there and just wasn't there, you know? I mean.
But were your grades good though?
No, I just wasn't there. You know, I don't know. I just felt like I always had this knowing that like I can make any decision I want to. I can be here if I want to. I don't have to be here. You know what I mean? You don't have to fucking tell me what to do. And so it was just that kind of mentality of like anarchy.
I have a theory about you.
So
A theory of early years MyVerse.
Okay, go.
Because it's like really rare that you meet someone that's super attractive like you are, but also down to earth as fuck. And so were you kind of like a late bloomer? Were you a little awkward in high school? Funny looking, perhaps?
I was actually like, growing up, I always looked like I was like 7 years old until I was like 13, and then like, I don't know, I just started putting earrings on, and I don't know, it made a difference.
I was expecting you to either say that or that you were like super chunky growing up.
I was, actually.
Okay,
I
there it
was
is.
at one point. So this what happened. I like growing up, I could eat whatever I wanted to. And then when I got to high school, I was just like I was still eating like, you know, like.
Yeah, it's called the metabolism.
Yeah,
hey, so like I really want to know like what got you to go in the route you did in the beginning, because you went into spoken word right away, right? And you're like more of a conscious rapper in the beginning.
Yeah.
So like you had like a purpose behind what you wanted to say all the time.
Yeah.
What was it that got you into that as for example other battle rappers and people like us who just kind of were more on the just aggressive
Being
shit
mean
and
to
just,
people.
Yeah. Well, it's something I always loved. I always loved battle rap. You know what I mean? That was something that I always loved the art of freestyling. Like to me, I feel like people who freestyle was just like, it just blew my mind how people could do that. And so, you know, I went on the internet and I started looking it up. I mean, one of my first like experiences of like battle rap was watching the Cypher, which was on VH1, and seeing Super Nat versus Juice. Like that shit was like so fire to me. And then the Fight Clubs and seeing like Remy Ma versus Lady Luck, like that was one of the first battles that like inspired me to just love the art. So I love the art before I even got into it. You know what I mean? I've always loved lyricism. That was just one thing. Like to me, I always thought the first poet I ever knew was my brother. My older brother was a poet, and so he always all his poetry would rhyme, and so I always thought poetry you had to rhyme, and so to me,
I agree with you.
No, that's what I always thought. So I was like, so I started off writing poetry that was rhyming. So in a way, naturally becoming an MC was just
natural trajectory.
Yeah. It was just
I agree though. Poetry should rhyme, or else it's like
I'm like that too. I've always felt like when it doesn't rhyme, it's like a tease. Like I'm like,
and I reminisce about the ubiquity of the universe.
Where is it?
And I think to myself,
I like ubiquity. That's a good word.
and I think to myself, the platypus should fly. Like what?
Right. I mean, I don't know. I think when you start studying like figurative language, you can appreciate poetry more. Like you can understand when someone's trying to do some type of alliteration or personification, which is like poetry. What happens a lot is like people like to put like human traits on like the platypus flies. You know what I mean? Like
I like to highlight like these things about you that make you an MC. I think there should always be like a clear separation between MCs like you, like real rappers, and you know,
Like you
because I feel like you got all these things, like you started with poetry. You have an understanding of, you know, the supernat, the juices, you've
The
seen,
history.
like, you know, the culture, right? And you're an amazing freestyler, by the way.
Thank you.
I think that's, first of all, rare. We don't got a lot of people left like that. And I feel like it should always be highlighted, because there's a lot of battlers or rappers per se that pretty much see this shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or see this shit online, and they're like, I could do this shit too, and now they're part of it. You know what I mean? You're someone who's part of it,
Yeah.
not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been through the trenches with y'all, man.
You're A1 day one.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was a judge on Grind Time
Yeah,
Battle. I
right.
judged Farnham. Shout out to Farnham, little Farnham.
Big Farnham, you
Big
mean?
Farnham now. He's grown ass man now.
That's crazy. What year was that? That was like
09? 2008.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
2008.
that was when Stormverse Mosh happened.
All right.
Yeah.
So how did you wind up connecting with Grind Time? Because you're from Orlando, right?
I'm from Orlando. Yeah. Grind Time, I mean, shout out to Ills, Direct, and Melody. You know what I mean? Those, you know, Melody and Ills, those are my peoples, you know what I mean? And I say Ills was one of the ones that, he was one of the first ones that, like, when I was doing my poetry, he was like, yo, there's like this open mic called vocalization. And that's like,
Right, he be knowing about all those those type of
and
places.
so he was like,
out
yo,
there.
pull up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so from there, that was like my introduction to the Orlando hip hop scene. And so then
You ever battle
Yeah.
Surgeon General randomly out there?
wow, Surgeon General.
You ever run into him freestyling?
Yo, if y'all don't know who Surgeon General is, look him up. Thank me later.
For real.
Man, he was
Shouts
he
out
was
to
actually
Surgeon.
good.
People think Tupac died, but he's actually Surgeon
I just
General
really,
now.
I really like. It's funny to
Wow.
me because I expect like someone like him to be like at all the spots, popping up and freestyling
Yeah,
everywhere
yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time. Like he
He's
just
so
has,
good.
he could just teleport everywhere in the same night. Like
I
he
wish
seems
he
like
would
that
come
dude.
back.
Yeah,
Can y'all bring him back?
Come on,
We might need to.
Nah, y'all gotta
we
bring
up
him
for
back.
it.
Surgeon, where you at, dog? Come
Yeah.
on.
We're up for
I'm
it.
back.
Watch, he just knocks on the door right now. Like, what's up, guys?
Yeah, for
We're
real,
up for it,
man.
sure.
That'd be funny.
So, and I like before I ever heard you rhyme, I feel like you were doing like modeling for Grind Time, low key.
Yeah, so I was an artist with Grind Time.
Yeah.
So Grind Time, that was what was dope.
It started
about
with music.
Yeah, it started with, I mean, I think as battlers, all of us had music, and we kind of were like, okay, we're just gonna battle to be able to push that. You know what I mean? Why did you have him? You know?
No.
All right. He was like, nah, I
That's
just
why I
wanna
was
be a
like,
battler.
No, you
said-
actually, but don't.
I feel
You
like I
shouldn't.
heard you on the
no,
record, though.
that's not true. You shouldn't be. You've actually spent countless hours on music and have some incredible music. The thing about Diz
Yeah.
that a lot of people don't realize, and he probably doesn't even want me to say, but he's incredibly nice in the booth, and it's
Yeah.
not just in the booth. Like he makes really dope beats, can sing, but
Oh, he does sing. So like, what is he talking about?
no, but no, the issue.
There's a whole R&B singer out here, bro. Like, what
Yeah,
the
he's like
fuck?
sings like Dave Hollister. The issue with Diz is he's such a perfectionist. He won't allow anything to ever see the light of day.
I know that feeling.
yeah.
But
I know
like,
that feeling.
but you
Yeah,
get over it and
yeah.
actually put your shit out.
Yeah.
You have a dope catalog of music. Like
Thank you.
this dude would if he actually he just won't. You know.
Maybe you'll help me with that one day. Lush.
Nah,
would-
you gonna do it this
I
year.
would love
It's
to.
2022. Beyonce came out. Kendrick came out.
I gotta
need
come.
Diz to come out.
Oh
Come
my
on
god,
now.
that's
Come on.
hilarious.
And
real.
soon it's cancer season. It's this motherfucker's birthday in a few
Oh
days.
shit.
Yeah, it is cancer season.
Okay.
Oh,
When's your birthday?
man. In about 2 days, man.
Oh my
2 days,
gosh.
man.
Yeah.
2
Thanks
days.
for
I
being
turned
born.
24, man. On amps.
He's turning 21.
Hey, are we all?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
And then
I love that.
around that time,
So so Grind Time, I was signed as an artist.
right.
And then, I did the modeling thing, which, was great. Make sure you know what I mean? It was good. It was, so.
But you don't act like as fine as you are. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not just saying that
That's
because
really-
we're homies and shit. Like,
No, I appreciate that.
Lush is literally telling you have a personality of an ugly chick. That's
Yeah,
I love ugly chicks.
they do. They're
Like
they're
ugly
the
chicks
funniest.
are the coolest.
Yeah, they're the funniest. They're the greatest. No, you don't want to know what it was, and it was like you were saying, like growing up. You know what I mean? Like I always looked like I was like 7 years old until I was like 13, and then I got big, and then when I got to college, That was when, you know, I started like realizing, you know, you have to have breakfast in the morning. You have to like, I really got into like a health tip. You really do though.
Were you like working out crazy for a while? Like,
yes, I still
you still
work
do,
out.
right?
I mean, quarantine got me a little thing. I got a little thick
Nah, man.
off of quarantine.
Everybody
but
slipped up a little bit because
Yeah,
of
we
the
did.
pandemic, but it's cool.
We
We back now.
yeah, we back on it.
I'm here for the quarantine thickness on every female.
Right. It's so funny because you really see it. And I'm like, I look at people and I'm like, okay, I feel like they got quarantine weight. You know what I mean?
Hey, if you wear it well, you wear it well.
Yeah. So I've always been on a health thing like since then because I was like, oh, that's never gonna happen to me again.
Too much arroz con pollo. You
Yeah.
had to-
No, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it at like 12 o'clock at night. Rice and beans.
Oh,
with
you
some
just
steak,
you
and then
stumbling
go
over to the
sleep.
fridge.
Yeah.
You doing those late night walks to the
High
fridge? Come
shit,
on, you
you know
you
what
way
I
too
mean?
much of a star to do that late night walk.
Yeah, munchies. The munchies though, they
Yeah.
get me bad.
But you did always have a natural star power about you that was noticeable even back then. I was like, there's something about this girl. She's about to do something. I don't know what it is. And you've really found your way in more ways than expected.
Thank
I remember
you.
when you first started doing your. So you had already battled on YouTube before, like you and Storm were talking and all that? Or
So okay, I'll say like, my first battle was Madness.
okay.
I
Crazy
battled.
to have your first battle.
I'm sure he
That
was.
was like my first. Well, actually, it was
very
a 16.
disrespectful.
It was a 16-man battle.
Oh, you was in the tournament.
It was a tournament, and it was before. This was before Grind Time. They had a. It was a.
like a Florida style.
like
tournament.
lounge battles?
It was lounge
That shit,
battles
I remember
was
that.
freestyles. This was like the first of its kind of like a written battles, and so like you had to write like for 4 rounds. You know what I mean? And so
That's how we started. We had
Yeah.
to write 4 rounds all the
Yeah,
time.
you had to write
Because the
4
overtime
rounds.
round used to come.
Yeah. Well, no, it was just like
4 rounds.
actually. What am I
That
talking
was just
about?
the format.
It was like 3. Yeah, the format was 3 rounds. 3 rounds, 4 rounds. You know what I mean? 3 rounds within 4 rounds.
So you basically had to do 12 rounds if you wanted to win.
Pretty
the whole
much, yeah. And so, and at that time was when I was a little thicker, and it was funny because Madness had nothing but like fat jokes for me.
thing. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
For those that
what?
don't know, because a
Ma-
lot of people that watch this are not tapped into battle rap like that. but
Okay.
Madness is like 470 pounds.
Yeah, that's
love
what you
you,
get,
Tone.
bro.
I love you,
No,
Tone.
I love him so much. Yo, legend. He's a treat to watch battle. Like he's hilarious. I would.
One of the funniest human beings on the planet.
So funny, so funny. And so yeah, so that was my first experience, like as far as like a name, you know what I mean? Some the other guys I don't really remember, but yeah, I'll say I got the first round.
Okay.
I say,
Look
you
at
know what
you.
I'm saying?
Look
he
at
got,
you.
he
The
might have
typical
got,
battle rapper.
he might have
shit.
got.
I took the
I
first.
He
say
might
I
have got
took the other 2, but I ain't mad if he took the
You
other
know
one.
what I
They
mean?
say
15
they
years
do
later.
took the
second
other
round,
one.
you know what I mean? Man. But nah, he kind of cooked me with the fat jokes. It was great. And that's where, and that
Did
was
they
my
really apply,
villain
though?
story, my origin story.
Did they really apply though?
I was thick, you know? I was thick. I was good. I was like 180.
Okay.
So, you know, it was a good size. I was
I'm
like a
like-
size 13. I was like a 13.
It's all good
You know
because
what I
I'm
mean?
40 pounds heavier than you then.
Oh,
so.
but you look good though.
I'll take it.
Looking
I'll
healthy.
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, you look great.
Work in progress. Progress,
I
not
love
perfection,
that.
baby.
Hey, I
But,
like that.
And around that time, there's a battle rapper also from Orlando, originally from up north, who moved to Orlando, Johnny Storm.
Storm, shout out to him. Yeah,
And-
Rhode Island.
And what was it like? Y'all were like the first real couple
Yeah,
that
battle
were
rap
both battle
Battle
rappers.
rap.
Now it's like commonplace. You see it a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
There's, you know, Jack Boy Maine and his lady. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of different Tay-Rock
But
and
y'all
his
were
lady.
like super celebrities though.
Y'all were the
Yeah.
first. And I always like, I remember seeing y'all perform together and stuff. It was, and like,
Yeah.
and you were low key, and Storm's an amazing MC. And like,
Yeah.
we fuck with Storm heavy.
Absolutely.
One of
Shout
the
out
most
to him.
talented in the battle scene and
Absolutely.
beyond that.
That's my dog right there.
This
For
fool
sure.
would like be your hype man on tour. And I was
Yes,
like,
he was so good at it too, because he had experience with being in a rap group. You know what
Right.
I mean? So
Yeah, he got the shotters.
Yeah, the shot is the one shot. You know what I mean? That was like his crew, and so he just had the experience of being able to know how to like catch the dove. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
always like catch the ad libs or hype you and stuff. So
And just a positive personality
For
overall.
sure.
So like his energy's always fucking A1.
yeah,
You know?
always smiling.
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
joke was always that like, do y'all cipher during sex?
do we like battle when we argue? You know,
Like while you beatbox, he beatbox
oh,
bars.
So
I like
y'all
it.
were never beating and he threw a bar in there out of nowhere?
yeah, right. I said, hey yo,
Hey
nah.
yo.
Nah, it was it was really cool to have you know, just somebody that constantly supports, you know what I mean? And he knew how to like be like, yeah, man, you know, you was always in your corner, you know what I mean? And so that's just really, really dope person to just know. He's one of my inspirations, I'd say, in as far as like in battle rap, because he was one of the first people to like, if y'all don't know, he was on the very first page of World Star.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
He's
It
the
was
first. He's the
First
first.
Johnny
battle that was
Storm.
on.
Yep.
Johnny Storm
So-
versus Mosh Jelton was the battle
Yeah.
that went to World Star Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Got. And now it sounds so light when
I-
you say 40,000 in one night, but at that
Yeah.
time,
A brief
it
way
was
to put
crazy.
it. A brief way to put it, and a very easy way to put it, is that battle pretty much sparked the whole era.
It set it
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
It was the first
It
one.
set
Storm
it off.
versus
It was the
Mosh.
leg in the door.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for
It was the
sure.
foot in the door. Sorry.
Absolutely. And
A whole leg.
if you
The
go,
whole,
listen, if you go to the very first page of World Star, it's on there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Still.
That's like when World Star launched.
Yeah.
Like that's
For sure. So yeah, he's one of my biggest inspirations as far as like in battle rap, you know what I mean? Always killing it in the freestyle, like lounge battles. He was always winning. Like
Yeah.
I remember people literally
I
would like
remember.
shake in their boots when they knew he was like,
yeah. To this day, he's
Yeah.
got it. He's
for sure.
yeah, so-
Freestyling Johnny Storm was not a fucking joke. Like
Nah, he cooked
he
you.
beat me. Yeah, I was about to say. He beat me.
He cooked you.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to,
Yeah.
He's
Hell no.
he's crazy with it.
Nah, he really is super talented. So salute to him.
Did it like, and then like, you start getting mentioned in a lot of bars. Again, you become like an angle in his battles. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
but
sure.
being so like tapped into the culture, it seemed like it never really bothered you like that. Did it kind of
Nah,
like?
you gotta have thick skin to do this. You know what I mean? And to even just like, at the time, people just knew me as, the artist model for Grind Time, and so I felt like it was like, all right, the perfect opportunity for me to show that like I ain't nobody to fuck with. You know what I mean? And like I really do this shit. And so it was almost like that was my intro to battle rap. It was like I was thrown in there like, bitch, you gonna rap. and that's what it was, you know what I mean? And so
So that was the catalyst for you stepping in
Yeah.
the ring. Was you being an angle in Storm's battles?
being an angle, but also like, I saw battle rap as like the purest form of hip hop to me, you know what I mean? Like, and it was just a happy medium between being an MC that does music and somebody that does poetry. So like you can have the aspect of the punches, you know what I mean? And you have the freedom of no beat, so you can like really layer your bars. And so that was, to me as a MC and as a writer, I want to explore every part of me as a writer, you know what I mean? Down to even doing scripts, you know what I mean? And doing treatments for like videos and stuff. So like, yeah, as a form of expression, it was like the universe wanted me to be in battle rap, and it was just beautiful.
You're an incredibly creative writer, and
Thank you.
And it's dope because battle rap opened a lot of doors for you. We'll get into that. We're gonna cover
Yeah.
everything, but it's interesting to me thinking of how like that put a little bit of fire in your gut right there.
For sure.
When
That was definitely
there's obviously like people may or may not have seen the Uno Lavos versus Johnny battle, and he had like a whole angle about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shortly thereafter, you jump off the porch.
Yeah.
And start serving motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like, you know
because
what I
it was
mean?
kind of like, what happens in battle rap is they always want to disrespect somebody's girl, you know what I mean? And the girl never really gets the chance to like speak her piece and, you know what I mean, talk about like, you gonna respect my shit, you know what I mean? I carry myself like a queen, and I always will. And so that was
Very
to
rare
me-
situation where you get to speak up for yourself and
Yeah.
defend yourself. Other women don't.
Yeah,
No, that's
they
fucking
don't.
dope. And
Not only are you a creative writer, but you also created your own lane with the fucking most creative freestyle.
My department stores.
Your
Yeah,
department
that
store
shit is
freestyle.
ill.
For those who don't know, she walks in the fucking like Targets and fucking grocery stores or wherever she's at, and basically just starts rhyming the whole aisle. And I know a lot of people do it, and it's kind of an easy thing to do. It's almost like everybody could do it. But the thing is, the way she does it, she made it like a...
It's like a comedy almost.
Yeah, and then everybody could
good.
join it, but like the template that she lays out is always like sick as fuck. Like
Thank
you're
you.
always like...
Yeah.
Like you really use everything on the fucking shelf.
No, it's really
it's pretty crazy.
Have you ever got in trouble in a store? They're like, ma'am, what are you doing
No,
here?
they just
like,
think she's fucking crazy. They just see a girl in the aisle talking to the fucking products.
Yeah. To do a department store, you always have to start off with I said, hey, yo.
Yeah.
And then you do
it
your
ends
part,
with a...
and then,
and then you got your,
You know what I mean? Because that's the crowd, and that's, you know what I mean? There's a rhythm to battle rap. I don't think people understand that there is a rhythm to battle rap. That's why, like, when this quarantines were happening and it was like nobody's reacting.
But this is where me and you disagree.
You know, what do you mean?
There's a rhythm to battle rap because it has been made to be that way, but that's not how it's supposed to be. There shouldn't be a rhythm to battle rap. But I get what you're saying. You put it in a formula and a template that's understandable, digestible. Right. But the point is, from battle rap, from a perspective of being a hip hop pure thing where you express yourself, it's the expression of self.
For sure.
Everybody should be different.
Yeah.
There should be no... There should be no way you could draw a line between A, B, or C. But in battle rap, it's all the way from A to Z. There's a fucking line going through it, and that's the whole point. But I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying over here.
No, I know exactly what you mean. But what I'm saying is, like, quarantine, it, like... There was just, you know, like when you do your bar, you say your bar, there's a or there's a there's always
the formula.
There's always like just an in between, a little ad lib. You know what I mean? To make it sexy.
She wasn't saying that everyone has the same rhythm. Everyone has their own internal metronome, right?
Yeah, so that's why the at the end of it, it's just kind of like it's a little period at the end.
And I feel like that's signature yours, even though like people have played around with it. You made it like it's yours. Like if somebody does it now, that we could confidently say, "Yo, you're doing a MyVerse thing."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no one could do that shit.
I love that.
No one. You coined that.
I've kind of like not. I have a bunch lined up. I just haven't put them out yet because I kind of want to be, it's like you do it too much and then it becomes like gimmicky, you know what I mean? And so that's why like it's for fun. And I don't think people realize that it's a freestyle. I think people think that I like write these and it's like, no,
it's just a testament to your creativity.
To be honest with you, like I know how good of a freestyler you are, but I wasn't sure. So to hear you like confirm that it's off the dome with it, like, is ill because I didn't know.
I'll like it. It's fun because
it's creative either way. To be honest,
like, you can go forever. Like I'll do one in an airplane, or I'll do one in a bookstore.
It has to be freestyle, or she'd be in a fucking aisle writing bars forever.
Yeah.
How would she know all of them are lined up next to each other?
I look. It's funny you said it because I was like, maybe she goes to the store, sees all the shit,
goes back to the car for half an hour.
No. You gotta
excuse me, are you shoplifting? Let me see your purse.
I'm debating. No, sometimes I debate. I'm like, do I want to do a 2-bar or do I want to do a 4-bar? Now the 4 bars, you know, you gotta like really line it up right, and you gotta figure out what's gonna be the closer. You know, you gotta end with the strongest punch, like as always. You know what I mean? Like 4-bar setup, strong punch. You know, and so that to me, I just feel like I don't know, man. It helps me tap into just different parts in my brain that.
I guess it's safe to say if someone battled you at a grocery store, they'd get bodied.
Body bag.
Yeah.
You would bring the shelf down on their head, no pun intended. In the can, you got it.
I got it in the can. Bam.
Clean sweep like Fabuloso. Ooh. Nah, you're definitely ill with it. And the fact that you pride yourself so much on your pen, like to the point where like the quill is part of the MyVerse logo and everything. And you know, the branding, which is really well thought out. Your whole branding is dope. But there's a whole stigma that a lot of beyond in battle rap, just in hip hop in general, a lot of like female MCs don't write their own shit. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I think, you know, from the beginning of hip hop, you know, there were people that just performed really well, you know, and there's people that they're better at being a lyricist, you know what I mean? And so it's not my thing, you know what I mean? I've written for people. So that's why I'm like, I'm not opposed to it because it gives me a job, you know?
Have you written for dudes?
I mean, you know.
That's a yes.
I mean, I've written songs for people.
She wrote my whole album.
I've written songs for
Here's
people.
the thing.
You know what I mean? And so
women, do you think female artistry in hip hop is advancing or is it going backwards?
I think it's advancing.
Is it advancing like very fast or slowly?
I think we're in a really good place for women, somewhat.
Right. I think it's fucking.
dark.
I think it's advancing tenfold.
Yeah.
And
for
because
sure.
and he made a point because, to be honest with you, and we're not going to get into names, but it's pretty disheartening.
Yeah.
How many of the top female rappers of
Yeah.
all time don't write their shit?
Kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
It's absolutely mind blowing, and we've just chose to like I guess leave it alone. You
And
know
just
what I'm
think it's
saying?
like, oh, it's okay. You
Well,
know
we
what
don't
I
want
mean?
to bash no one, but it's like, dog,
Yeah. I
maybe
think
what you're
battle rap-
doing is a good representation, and you
Yeah.
have a bigger responsibility than you think.
Yeah.
Maybe females being adamant about this MC shit and writing their own bars is the new
Absolutely.
thing, is the new wave. You
No,
know what I mean?
that, I
you
mean,
know,
it's my verse.
And,
like,
and
it
you're
can't.
not
It's
the
your
only
verse.
one.
It's my
like,
verse. Like,
But
my
we
God.
literally
And
have to
that's-
mention people like Rhapsody, people like
Yes.
Che Noir. Like
Yeah.
these are like dope female MCs that write their own shit.
Yeah.
But when Rod Digga, you know, all
Right.
these. But when you look at the
Yeah.
list, and it's crazy because if we're really pushing this line for women equality, which
Yeah.
obviously we believe in,
Absolutely.
then there can't be no double standard.
it kind of it's kind of gets like, oh, that's normal. It's
Right.
normalized. You know what I mean? I think. Well, this is the thing. This is how I feel. In battle rap, you should write your own shit. Like, hands down, that's what it is. You write your own shit. Now, when it comes to records, I'm not opposed to writing for somebody. You know
Right.
what I mean? I'm not opposed to getting.
But that's
in a-
also a double-edged sword because
You know?
what type of records do you do? Are you the type of person that says things like, I'm a lyricist, and you say battle rap and I'll grab the mic and do all this shit? Or are you making songs for women and are you in the club? Are you talking about, if you're doing
She
that.
has all those records.
No,
Yeah,
but this
that's
is
the
this is
thing.
what I'm saying. All right, I guess I'm just, you know, for me that's a like no. You know?
Well, oh, what? So like write records for somebody?
No, for somebody to it's okay to, I guess, have someone ghostwrite for you if you're the type of artist that's like, I'm an artist and I do this pop shit and all this.
Yeah.
But if you blur the line
Yeah.
and you act like a lyricist, but you have people writing your shit,
Right.
I don't even believe it's okay for you to write for that person.
Yeah.
I believe as a lyricist, you have a fucking responsibility to be like, nah, I can't give you shit because you parading around like you're one of us. Now,
Yeah.
if you doing this sing-songy shit
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
doing, then that's cool. We could write
No,
together
it's-
and make a song and a team
Yeah,
together.
no,
And it's
like I've literally written songs for artists. You know what I mean?
And that's-
so,
yeah, that's-
and so that's like just a whole different. That's a whole different lane. You know what I mean? But when you're talking about battle rap and the top females, you know what I mean? Yes, there's top females out there that are
don't write their shit.
Yeah, and it's disheartening because we've come so far as like females and like in hip hop, and like we're now getting our just due, you know, even though like the mainstream doesn't promote intellectual women. Like it's not, and it's kind of sad because it's like the mainstream females is all about, you know, how good their pussy is or how, you know what I mean?
Which is important,
Which is
granted.
great.
It's
yes,
selling
you
sex,
should,
obviously.
It's always selling sex. And like, you know, if you can find the balance between the two, I think that's healthy, you know, because
For
I want to
sure.
see men. I want to say men are getting hoed out also in the same way.
talk
You know
to
what I'm
me.
saying? Like it's just sex. Like that's really what
For
it is.
sure.
Before the content of what you're saying, like everybody's getting hoed out. But
Yeah.
I definitely agree that women are objectified and,
For sure.
and they're not looked at as like, let me hear your bars first. It's like,
Yeah.
what does she look like? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the days where Queen Latifah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, we used to, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I definitely do respect the whole, you know, lyricist shit first and then all the other shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Like
mean?
I let me tell you, I probably would be way further in my career if I had allowed people to write for me. And I refuse to.
interesting.
I
Interesting.
refuse to because to me, like it's an integrity thing.
That's
Like I
understandable.
stand with this shit with integrity. You know what I mean? And
Well, beyond the actual lyrics, have you ever felt pressured to make certain songs that would appeal to a broad audience or something, but it's like not the type of record you want to make?
I will never put anything out. I won't ever put anything out.
Compromising. Have you
Yeah.
compromised?
No, like I don't think you. From my perspective, it doesn't look like you have. But
Yeah.
have you felt the pressure to do so?
I think like I'll say like 2017. I really wanted to actually like test, you know, how far I could go with records. You know what I mean? Like actually making records that people feel good when they hear, and you know, it gets them in a mood, it gets them hype, it gets them ready, you know what I mean, for the day or whatever. And so, or even going to the club, like I'm gonna be honest with you, I turn up. Like I go to the club, I'm with my girls, we twerk, we do that. But I'm also conscious as well as like,
right.
who am I bringing in my space? Who am I attaching my energy to? You know what I mean? And so I like to party with a purpose, I guess you want to say.
Okay.
And I'm always still gonna give you the lyricism, but I'm also gonna.
All right.
But you felt that pressure.
I'm Panamanian and Puerto Rican. We turn up.
All right. Here's a good one. So like in Wild 'N Out, have they ever told you to rewrite or not say something, or you can't put this out?
Oh, so we're going in that Wild 'N Out bag, huh?
No, it's just a bag of being pressured to change your craft. We just want to know where it has happened.
I mean, the L's are scripted. I'll say you that.
Well, let's create some
L's?
context.
The L's are scripted.
Like when you take an L.
Like they'll be like,
You taking an L today?
Yes, it's scripted. Like as far as like, okay, you're not, or they'll just edit out what they,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
They'll edit out some shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me like.
So yeah.
Well, we gotta let people know she's a regular on. Like you gotta create that context.
Me as the
Yes,
MC.
She's on Wild 'N
MyVerse
Out.
is a regular on Wild 'N Out, and she actually has parts where she raps in it because there's other stuff that goes on in Wild 'N
Yeah.
Out, pick up and all this other shit. And
Yeah.
So like, but then you got bars, right? And this
Yeah.
is leading me into like this part, like, and I do respect Nick Cannon, but even when I respect somebody, it's hard for me when it comes to our craft, when somebody's playing around with it, like for me to like fully be like, okay, I respect it and I'm not going to say nothing. Like I respect you, but I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Do you believe that that's a good representation of what we do? Because they have different eyes, right? They reach a whole nother
Yeah.
demographic. So that demographic is never, a lot of them won't see what real battle rap is. They're going to tune in and he's going to be like, this is battle rap. And he's showing battle rap. Do you think it's okay that much editing and fucking structuring, like L's being fucking handed out, is okay?
No.
Yeah.
So let me tell you why.
Damn.
Because I've literally.
That's what I'm.
No, it's not. I've literally like, and that's the thing. Like, Cass will be like, "Oh, nah, you did. They was cooking you." And it's like, no, they wasn't. That's the thing. They edit out a lot of shit. They edit out me replying. They edit out the first two bars that I say. You know what I mean? So it's like, there was a lot of editing. I've said stuff that shook the room, and it got cut out.
That's watering down what we do and turning it into
so
a
that was
bubblegum
just one of
craft.
those. It was. I would love to. I'd love to see them in a real battle.
So are you still on Wild 'N Out, or is that a Riz app? Because you speaking so freely leads me to believe.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, they asked me to come back for this new season, but I was just not. I guess, you know, your girl wasn't. I didn't get the jab. It wasn't on time. You know what I mean? So you have to be fully vaxxed to actually do that. So
Okay.
Yeah,
and
that's
at that
so
time,
hip-hop.
Yeah,
That's so hip hop.
And so,
What a joke. But so like moving on from here, like what do you do? Well, this is what I want to say before even asking you what your plans are. You kind of already touched on this off camera, so we won't bring it up now. What are your plans for your next moves in battle rap? How you want to move getting into the ring? What's going on with you with the ring? Because that's what we want to know.
There's been a lot of people talking about you this past couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, man, like, you know, anybody could get it. At
Your
any
last
time.
one was in. You probably battled more recent.
It was
forgive
Vixen,
me,
right?
Forgive me.
It was in Cleveland. Okay, I did a compliment battle. Shout out to Saga. We did a compliment battle. Shout out to Roan, Barstools. They had a compliment battle. I just did that in New York like 2 weeks ago.
Fire.
Yeah, so salute to him. We did
That'll be on Sling, right?
on Sling TV. Yeah, and that was a compliment battle, which
Right. Well, I
please,
don't count that.
You should do a compliment battle.
Me?
It's so. I'm telling you, it's so positive. Like it's such positivity.
Okay. I
It's so
hate
good.
disagreeing with you because I love you, but like again, and I respect what the whole thing. Like when Pat Stay and Rowan did it, it was incredible. Like I remember seeing it, and I thought that shit was a great idea. But this whole thing becoming a way of battle rap,
Yeah.
to me is
Just do it once.
Here's another thing.
It would be a
hold
challenge.
On. I
It
want
would
to
be a
touch on one thing,
challenge.
though. It kind of would be. I would be able to do it. But the thing is, this whole thing about people saying we're doing something positive is very offensive to like what we do and to the reason why we do what we do.
Yeah.
We do this because we have nothing else. We do this
Yeah.
because we give people hope and we have fans that look up to us.
Yeah.
What we do is 100% positive. We don't need no fucking random kids coming in and telling us, oh, but we're trying to do something
Yeah.
positive. And I get it. It's a fun thing. But to
I
me,
don't
like
know.
this being like a way of like
I feel you.
battling.
I know
like-
what you mean. Like it is positive because we're not shooting each other, we're not doing nothing like that, and we're bringing it
and
to
we're
the
not
ring.
doing that when we talk about it
Right.
either.
But you got to understand, there comes an energy with constantly having to wake up and think about what's the shittiest thing I could say to this person. How can I make this person feel like they have no value and they have no purpose? And like that type of energy constantly, like that's
Sometimes it's bad.
It's
But
bad.
how many times have you ended a battle with your opponent and you guys are now fucking super good friends?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that's what we do. We bring each
For
other
sure.
together. We don't.
No,
It's not a fucking.
If you know
negative
how to
thing.
do it like that, some
You know what
people
I mean?
don't play like that. Some
Yeah.
people take it way to the next level. Like you talking about dead family members, or you talking about. You
That's
know what
just
I mean?
lame.
And to me, I just think like there comes a point where you got to fight with honor. There's people that don't fight with honor. You know what I mean? And that's like battle rap is like that right now. People don't got honor no more. You know what I mean? They're doing whatever they can as clickbait or just trying to get shock value, and it's kind of.
That's true, but all those things are always
Yeah.
to be left to the consequences of what hip hop is and what battle rap is.
For sure.
These lines are all shouldn't be crossed, but if they're crossed, people have to understand they come with a consequence.
Absolutely.
The consequence has to be accepted.
Absolutely.
Because what we come from is there's no authority.
Yeah.
The fact that we have authority around us and people telling us this is illegal and you can't do this.
Yeah.
If you want to strip all that shit away, you're standing in front of someone in the street and you really have no protection on nothing. And
Yeah.
whatever you say, you have to stand
Yeah.
by. And that was our fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And again, my whole thing about this, and before we stray off too much on this topic, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
already know we're getting convoluted on it, but
I like
the
that
whole
word.
thing, the whole thing is, I don't like it when it's promoted as a more positive thing than what we already do.
I think
Because what we already do is fucking the
get
most
that.
positive version of hip hop.
It's
We're
not even- it's
but
not
people
even a-
don't people don't die over fucking drugs in our shit.
Yeah.
We don't have somebody getting smoked every day in our shit. We're more positive. We're the most positive form of
Absolutely.
hip
No,
hop.
I get what
Like,
you mean.
You know what I mean?
But like having to
I think she just meant
think
for
about
her mental health.
Me, yeah.
personally,
Like to me, I think
it felt positive.
It felt great to wake up and be like, what is the greatest thing about this person? And you know what I mean? To me, I think speaking those type of affirmations is powerful. Like I know my words have power to it. I even have to watch certain things that I say in battles because I'm like, girl, I've seen
True.
shit that I've said
Yeah.
come to pass.
and other people too. I've seen it happen. to them.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, your words have power. So that's why I say to get in that space, it's very like it gives you, I don't know, it's a nice balance.
It
you
is.
know what I mean?
But there's-
To
No, I
be
feel what you're saying
the
though.
lover
Like
and the warrior.
one of the homies he was battling somebody, and he had a whole angle about his opponent's dad having cancer.
Oh my goodness.
And was like, yeah, like, and if you beat me, I'll just come back stronger, like your father's cancer. Like that was one of the punchlines.
Oh my gosh.
And then his mom wound up getting cancer and dying.
Yo, do you see what I'm saying though?
And RIP to her, and this is the homie, so I'm not going to say his
Yeah,
name, but in
that's
case he watches
wild.
this, but
That's
yeah.
wild, but do you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Like I literally, when I battled RX, I was like, cause that vaccine is the money shot. And now look. now I'm
Damn,
saying
you
it-
started the
I
pandemic. She started the
I
fucking
mean,
pandemic.
you know what's the most common one is when somebody's telling a person about them being a choker and then they choke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
For sure.
That's the curse.
Yeah.
That's the battle
You know
rap
what I
curse.
mean? No,
I mean, words do have power.
They do.
That's why there's a certain way around everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to like.
Long story short, Diz ain't doing no motherfucking compliment battle.
All right, Diz.
That's
You
just
Probably
not happening.
not, but I'm not gonna battle somebody and like, look, you see when I battled Danny Myers, you look at everybody that battles him, they bring up his wife, they
Yeah.
bring up his kids, they
Yeah,
do
yeah,
all this
yeah.
shit. I didn't have to do that with him.
No.
That's the whole point. You don't have to go all fucking negative. If people
sure.
choose to do that, then they should fucking deal with that shit, with the consequence of it.
Right.
But I respect that you did the compliment battle. I don't want to seem like I'm hating.
No,
I just
no.
don't like the whole we're more positive.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's
the
what it
hooligans
is.
are fucking.
I really don't think
then
that's the
what other
purpose.
word- What other word would be?
No, I think it's
nicer?
No, it's not even all that. I just think it's an alternative.
Yeah.
It's breaking the monotony and the repetition of the same thing.
Yeah, it's something different.
Personally,
That's
look,
cool,
I'll
whatever.
keep it 1,000. I don't fuck with the compliment battles like
Yeah.
that, but I understand what they're for. You know what I mean? And it's just
it's okay.
it's for a softer.
I'm gonna tell
essentially
you,
the same shit I'm
if
saying.
you see if you see like some of these battles, they're just really creative. It's just really creative, and so I think it's just tapping
I'm gonna
into.
watch them because you telling me to.
It's
But
a different-
like
it's
I said,
happening.
I watched the Pat Stay and Row one, and I thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the most fucking.
Yeah.
One of the most fucking creative things I've ever seen, but I'm not gonna want to watch that being recreated 1,000 times over and over.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna look at them as the official ones that did it.
full disclosure.
sure.
Full disclosure. And I'm just gonna go out and say it.
Say it.
Because this is the God Tier podcast, and we keep it 1,000,000 on here.
Let's do it.
I cannot sit through a single round of a compliment battle. I have never. I
Like,
have,
what is he about to say?
I've watched more battle rap than anybody in the
Yeah.
He's
fucking
making
planet.
me feel like I gotta fucking
Like-
scale my shit back. Fuck that. All right, then. Me either. I can't
Yeah.
do
I
it.
cannot.
I can't see two people being like,
Yeah.
yeah, and you're so amazing that your skin is glazing and you're like I'm
Well,
not
no,
trying to
it's-
see.
but
I'm
that's
not
the
trying
thing.
to
that
see
shit
You
this
got to
shit.
be
gives me-
creative because you got to understand.
Yes,
you
the
got to
shit
be
that
creative.
Pat and Roan did was
I don't
amazing.
care.
It was
that,
cool.
That shit they did was
Nah,
good.
it was cool, but
I'm not gonna
it-
let you slide off all the way. The shit they did was good.
It was-
but I seen a bunch of extra shit and it sounded like the remake of that shit. And all
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying is that ain't more positive than what we do, dog. It's
Yeah.
not. Like,
I don't care about it being positive or not. And Ron is
Yeah.
fire. I love Ron. He's one of my favorite people in the world. And I'm glad that he has this platform. and
my
I'm
God.
glad. I'm very happy for his success.
Yeah.
And I hope it.
Bro, I promise you, the way
That
people
shit gives
did
me
it,
erectile dysfunction,
The
bro.
way they did it was
Fuck
so
compliment battles.
Bro, when I tell you, you see Bill Collector versus Dre Dennis
yes.
was so good. It was so good. You know what I mean? And it's just, and the thing is, it's homies. They're friends. You know what I mean? So it just makes it.
tight.
I
It's
guess.
fucking
All
awesome.
right.
I'd rather see them
I
gas
get
each
it.
other out.
I
I'd
get
rather
it.
see Bill Collector snap and just say fucked up shit.
He was hilarious.
It's just how it is for me. Like maybe if each one of them do it one time, but it to
Yeah.
be a common thing again. We
I come
drag
from
this
I come from
conversation out
poetry.
way too long.
I come from poetry, so I come from that. Like, you know what I mean? Let's
be nice to
Let's
each
heal
other.
each other with words. You know what I mean?
Maternal energy.
But yeah, so but I also believe in the balance. You know what I mean? I believe in being a warrior and being a lover. You know what I mean? And so I believe there should be
You're
a
so
balance
cute,
between the
MyVerse.
two. And so that's how I am. I'm all
No,
about
it's dope.
finding the
Like,
balance.
there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying for me
Yeah.
personally, I ain't watching that shit.
No, for sure.
With that being said,
me and Saga, we did some really fucking super powerful.
Well, Saga
and-
is like a compliment
Soup-
battler to begin with.
I'm
Yo,
sure.
he's a pastor.
I'm
you know what
sure
I mean? It was-
thousands of
Shouts
or
out to
millions
Saga, though.
of
That's my
people.
dog.
I'm sure millions of people are going to enjoy your back and forth with Saga.
Yeah.
I will not be. I'll click
I
on the video to
promise you.
give it a view, but I will not watch it.
He said
I
he's gonna
promise
get
you.
ED from it.
Yeah, that shit makes me soft. I'm smooth. Look, I'm gonna tell you
No.
like this though.
I
Regardless.
cannot.
Yeah, Marissa, you don't want me to watch no compliment battles, girl.
Oh my
because
god,
you
this
ain't gonna
guy's
get your
ridiculous.
cheeks busted.
Out of control, Lush.
Look,
I love you guys.
No,
I
we love
guys
you.
so much.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this though.
But this is
Fuck-
healthy.
Fuck the compliment battle. You've had some wars recently.
I have. Okay,
You've
so
had
yeah.
some
All right,
wars.
all right,
You're
so-
low key. You're a top op right now. You are the most hated. Like they were.
op.
They've been trying to fucking like the top tier women of battle rap have it out for you.
Yeah.
They fucking. Why do they hate you so much?
Because I am not trying to get. Okay, so this is the thing. I could battle these girls, but the problem is they don't want to pay me what I want. You know what I mean? And like, as an artist, like, I don't even want to have to go into like paying taxes and shit like that. At the end of the day, you're not paying me what I want because I damn near have to give half of that shit to the fucking government. So it's like, give me the price that I want, or even offer the number that you're offering me. Give me something that.
Well, we're not going to discuss exactly what we offered
Listen-
you, but we're going to make something happen with you, right,
No,
MyVerse? What do
listen.
you think? Do you think we could, like, we're talking about GTX.
I would love to do GTX.
Yeah.
And this is.
I like the fiscal responsibility you're instilling by paying your taxes and
Yes.
talking about it.
By the
No,
way.
what
But
you
I'm-
say, you
but-
say
but it's-
no,
but that's
But I
real,
really
though.
want to know, like, expand on this further.
So let me tell you what's been happening.
Why they hate you? Who's not paying you?
Well,
What the
because
fuck
that's
is
the
going
thing. I
on?
call shit out. You know what I mean? They're not paying females what they're supposed to be paying them. These females don't understand. These women don't understand like their worth, and they don't understand how valuable they are and what they do. And then the fact that they come with every round, they come with 3 rounds, solid performance, always like ready. You know what I mean? And then it's like the fact that we're being thrown pennies compared to what these guys are getting paid. The pay gap between men and women is crazy. It's like night and day. And like,
I don't know. I thought Remy was cutting fat checks.
This is before Remy.
Hold on. How many women in battle rap right now, besides yourself, do you think can pull in a huge crowd by themselves? Name them first. Once you name them, I'll explain to you why most women are not getting what they're supposed to get. And I understand women are not treated equally. I'm not going to say they are. Yeah. But the pay gap is because there's less women superstars. And the women superstars in battle rap, such as yourself, are getting fucking paid. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe you didn't get what you wanted last time, but you've been paid.
Well,
you don't battle rap for free.
Shout out to the rap committee. Shout out to the rap. Listen, I'll battle for free as long as I keep the footage. Like, that's how I feel. I'm so down to battle out. And this is what I've been trying to do with some of these girls. I've been like, listen, I'm not going to get paid. You're not going to get paid. But let's make a show. Let's make it happen. And then we either flip it or we try to sell it to somebody or we fucking do it on demand type shit, but let's make the shit happen. And the thing is, I don't think people have ownership on your shit. Fucking get your mechanical royalties, register your fucking
lyrics.
And we get it,
and that's why we're gonna be able to book you. But I want you to understand that like the thing is being on this side of the fence of battle rap now, and me not just battle rapping, but actually, you know, seeing how the business works of it more. You know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you that the money that comes with paying these artists that are performing, with respect to their talent and their gender and their religion and whatever it is they identify with, is going to always be contingent upon, pay attention, their return value with what they can bring in as far as ticket sales, eyes, advertising, yada, yada, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if person B or C cannot bring in the return value of A, regardless of what A is, whether it's a guy or a girl, that person's going to always get more money. Yeah. Because the way you have to book things is based on that. Like, if I'm going to pay you this much.
I get that.
But what you're doing is the right thing, MyVerse. You're smart as fuck. I just want you to know you're thinking the right way, because what you're doing is you're creating an evaluation for yourself.
I'm investing in myself.
You are, but you're also evaluating your brand. So you're able to see yourself, how much your shit is worth. And then you could actually charge according to that. Yeah. It might be a lower number than you thought. It might be higher. It might be the exact same thing.
If you're going so hard to try to essentially help these women, why are you public enemy number one? Why they fucking hate you?
I mean, it first started with like when it was the first Kings vs. Queens. I had
URL event, Kings vs. Queens.
Kings vs. Queens, the very first one. I was like, I wonder how many females are getting paid equal or more to their counterparts or their male counterparts. Like who, you know, I wonder who. And bro, damn near everybody was like, nobody, none of them. Not one is getting paid equal, at least, to what they're. And it was like, okay, I understand, you know, the whole return on value.
So you publicly said that?
I said that.
And they got mad.
And like, it was like this big thing of like, who the fuck are you? If you're not gonna fucking get in the ring, like, who are you to talk? And like, not knowing that they've already talked to me, and I was just like, this is my number and this is what I'm gonna stick by. You know what I mean? And don't get it twisted though. I'm always down to like negotiate depending on like how long the round is or how, you know what I mean? There's a way of negotiating things, and there always is.
You shouldn't feel any type of way because you built your own brand.
And that's the thing. And so like they try to be like, yo, whatever you did outside of battle rap doesn't matter, but yet it does, because the numbers do count. You know what I mean? And like,
well, it does when it translates over, and the demographic of Wild 'N Out is very similar to the battle rap demographic.
For sure.
So you can't. It's not like you're going and you're doing lotion commercials. You know what I'm saying? You're not in a different.
You should for sure do a lotion commercial.
Right.
But it's Avon, get at her.
But it's basically like the right demographic. So you know,
so that was kind of like where it started. That people were like, "Yo, fuck you. You know what I mean? And so then, and that's the thing. It's like, it's almost like the Matrix. They start sending their agents. They start sending agents to be like, she doesn't know, oh, she's trash. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. It's like, oh, so now you're trying to dim my shit because I'm not trying to be cheap. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people are like, oh, the reason why you're not getting these names is because they don't want, no, it's not that they don't want to battle me. They don't want to pay me enough. Listen, they could offer me Jazz. They could offer me Miss Hustle. I've turned down Miss Hustle because the bag wasn't right. And that's how I feel.
Because you know that would be a huge battle.
I know it would. Like, hello.
That would be insane.
You know what I mean?
So you're not playing their games.
I'm not. And that's the thing. I won't.
Do you feel like there's a little bit of
No.
Do you feel like there's some racial prejudice going on too?
What's that?
Like you
Rachel prejudice.
Rachel, my homegirl Rachel prejudice.
Who?
No. Do you think like there's some
Are you talking about Friends, Rachel?
racial prejudice?
Oh, okay.
Like, do you feel like there's some prejudice against you
I doubt it.
being Puerto Rican and Panamanian?
I don't. Hey, shut up.
I doubt it, but you know what I do believe, and I could be wrong about this.
'Cause I think-
girls,
I mean-
girls always are like weird about other girls that are just super fine and exotic. You know what I mean? It just happens.
That
You know
sounds
what I mean?
like some racial prejudice. Dude.
Rachel.
No, it's just the fact that you look really good. That's it. Like maybe girls don't like that. Maybe some girls just have a jealousy thing. Like I look at it like jealousy.
There's a lot
more
of
than
pretty females in battle.
There
rap.
is.
That's why I'm like, I don't know. Like
That's why we did-
Obviously there's tons of, but I'm saying the ones that are hating on you.
Yeah.
I feel like
their boyfriend was in my DM. Being like,
or it's just a girl that's not as pretty as you. I think girls have a different, like, okay, so us as men, battle rap, we probably hate on each other for other things. We don't look at it like, oh, this guy looks better than me, man, fuck him. We don't think like that.
Yeah.
These are girl things. You guys invest time into buying makeup and standing in front of the mirror. And to be honest with you, women do that shit for other women, not us. Like, we know that. Like, you know, women just trying to outdo each other all the time.
I tell my girl that every day.
So I feel like that leaks into battle rap. Like girls are hating on you because you're pretty, and that's it. Like, and the ones that are not, and if there is a pretty girl hating on you, maybe she feels like you're competition. It's always going to be driven by
pretty
that.
shouldn't even be an accomplishment. Like that's just something that's
It's not,
just
but like again, like I'm saying, that
know?
for women is like a thing. Like for us, it's not. Like for us, maybe dudes will hate on each other for getting a better look. Oh, why is this guy fucking with Jay-Z and not me? That's the type of shit.
I'm really mad at you because you're handsome.
Yeah, we don't like that's
your
not.
Beard is fucking strong.
But
You know?
but also
beard.
let me give you some accountability. I think also you're not really a quiet person. You're not like someone who bites their tongue.
Yeah.
You talk shit.
Yeah.
You say shit when you want to, and like you're like visible.
I'm difficult.
No, but I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you're like visible and you're loud, and when you want to say some shit, you make a statement. You polarize shit.
Yeah.
So that comes. You have to take accountability for a lot of that comes with how strong you are, and it's okay that people are sending you messages telling you fuck you.
Yeah.
It's all good shit.
Yeah. No,
it's all temporary good shit. It's not going to even matter.
I think once they see the vision, you know, and I feel like you guys saw that in GTX, and that's what you guys were trying to do, and it's like that's why I fuck with y'all, man.
Well, you know about this from day one. Hold on. Tell him. You know.
Yes, I do know.
When
they
were
were trying
to find out about GTX.
Nah, I didn't.
When did you find out?
I found out. Shit.
2020.
Yeah.
Was it 2020?
Like during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was in March.
I was calling her
because I was doing that Wayne Brady record. That's what I was out here for.
hitting her up. She was one of the first people that I was like, she's gonna be a staple in this shit.
Yes,
like, real shit.
Absolutely. And it's funny because I love how these like new fans right now are like trying to count. Like the fact that they ever tried to count you out was like, bro, like learn your manners. Like
learn your manners.
It's like what the fuck?
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good to silence haters? And that's what like your battle before the Saga compliment.
Learn your manners.
What was her name? Was it Queen Vixen? Was that her name?
No, it was Cheddar. Shout out to Cheddar.
Cheddar, that's her name. Yeah.
So Cheddar, she
was dope.
She is dope. And you want to know what's crazy is that as much as they try to tell me my resume, they're like, oh, your resume, you don't got this name and this. Y'all bitches get these names because you're cheap, okay? And that's just plain and simple. That's just what it is, okay? And the thing is, you know, my girl Cheddar.
So you would have built a way bigger resume already.
What? My resume would have been thick, okay? Would have been quarantine thick, okay?
Quarantine thick.
It would have been quarantine thick. But that's the thing. I chose to, stand my ground. And that's how I feel, you know. And even like Cheddar is a perfect example of somebody who's beat 40, who's beat Official. You know what I mean? She's beat these names, and
Shouts out to Official.
People don't
Shouts to 40.
people don't even know. Shout out to
40,
Official.
and
She's
40.
a GOAT in my top 5.
Yeah, I love Official. Man.
Forever.
She's
You
the
know what I
best.
mean? I got so
she's
much respect
incredible.
for that girl. And
What up, Jess?
I'll still smoke you. You know what I mean? But
You guys
I
need
got
to
mad
battle
love
for
for her.
sure.
I got mad love for her. Yeah, and she's
That's
on
a
that
big one.
same
That's-
wave for
but
me.
that
Big,
battle
big
though,
Me and her, yo, they was
That's
not
the
try-
one right there. That's a big
They was
one.
trying to give me Official in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that
Damn.
like it's suicide. But I don't give a fuck. I'm the type of person I'll pull up to your.
They
your
gotta
hometown.
build. They gotta build their
I'll do
scene
it.
out there before they do a big ass battle like that.
but the thing is though,
But they didn't want to pay us, and so
you,
me and her was like,
yeah.
"You right." She was on
before
the
that
same wave.
battle against Cheddar, everybody was like, wanted to see you die. There's this whole narrative. Everyone was against you.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like,
Well, they were against me because I didn't want to battle for free.
Right.
On Midnight Madness, I didn't
Right.
want to battle for free because I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna battle for free, then you're gonna give me the footage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm battling for. I'm battling for the footage because I've damn near been trying to do this with other females and other battlers. Like, hey, let's set up our own shit, and that's what I've been trying to do. And then it's like, you know, they get an opportunity. I had one set up in December, and then, you know, my opponent, she had a great opportunity, and I could have. She signed a contract. I could have really been that bitch and been like, no, you're not gonna fucking do that. But I would never stop anybody from shining. I would never want to dim another woman's light in this. If she's getting an opportunity to be able to like do her shit, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll move on to the next person who sees the vision. You know what I mean? And so,
I was just proud of you.
yo, thank you. Because
Aw.
I really, no, dead ass.
Like-
y'all go watch MyVerse versus Cheddar.
No, you definitely you've came a long
You
way,
went
MyVerse. You
so crazy in that battle.
Yeah.
But
Thank
beyond
you.
that, they wanted to see you lose. And then afterwards, they jumped on the tip so hard.
It
They
felt good.
jumped on the tip. And everyone was like, oh,
was like,
my
yeah.
verse is nice. And it's like, look, you're so diplomatic with your answers. Even earlier, you're like, oh, yeah, it's cool. I don't think women should write, or women, I think if you're in battle rap, you should write your own bars. Like,
For sure.
But you were like modest about it. Like, there's a whole bunch of people not writing their own bars.
Facts.
And then it puts everyone under question.
Yeah.
Puts you under question for no reason
Never.
when you're
Ever.
a fucking amazing writer.
Yo, thank you.
And like,
and
so
that's
it's-
part of the department store too.
Right.
To like really show
Separate
that like,
yourself.
yo, and I feel like that proves to you as an MC, like, yo, can you freestyle?
Right.
Like it's easy to write whatever, but can you freestyle some shit? You know what I mean? Can you rebuttal? Like that's
yeah, you could respond to anything.
And that's what's ill is that you fucking woke people's game up so much, and now
Thank
it's
you.
like you kind of it changed the narrative from you being top up because they're like, oh, she
Top
don't
op, that's
because
her name now?
because she
But
don't
Lush-
belong
but
here.
Lush-
To like,
Top op.
But Lush,
MyVerse.
let's talk about it. When I first came into battle rap, how was that? When I first came into battle rap, it was like, who is this girl?
yeah, that's what it
It
was.
was like, you know what I mean? It was that effect of like, who is this? Or like, oh, MyVerse, oh, she really be rapping. You know what I mean? It's damn near so good that people was like, nah, she ain't write that. She ain't write that. You know what I mean? And that's why you have to constantly put out work to show that this is you. You know what I mean? I do this, MyVerse. Ain't nobody ever gonna write for me. Ain't nobody ever gonna give me no bars, nothing, ever. And to me, like, I hold that in the highest regard. Like, I hold that as like a star, a badge of honor. You know what I mean? And so when I first came into battle rap, they didn't know what to do with me. They did not know what to do with me. Girls were backing out from battles like left and this is what I'm saying. Like before the whole money thing, girls were still backing out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Girls were still like not showing up. Were you there when Bonnie No showed
Can
me?
I ask you a question? Do you like battling girls or guys more?
You know, I battled O'Shea and Villain
Oh yeah,
in the same day.
yeah. I forgot about that.
On a
You
6
battled
day.
in
O'Shea
England.
and Villain are two British rappers.
Fire.
From UK, shout
I
out
love
to them.
both
You
of
were
them,
dope.
man. I love both
Very
of them.
dope.
O'Shea, by the way, is my 2-on-2 partner once. So
What?
That's
I feel like I remember this.
Me and O'Shea battled against Pedro and Philly Swain in fucking.
That was in UK?
Yeah.
Damn.
In Leeds.
At that time, I was the first female to go overseas and battle
Right.
overseas.
What year was this?
This was 2016.
Wow, look at you.
Big boundaries broken.
Look at you.
Yeah.
With that being said,
So,
you
yeah.
know what?
I was that bitch.
Yeah,
on
I already know what you're gonna say.
Fuck all that.
Let's get.
You're talking all this shit about bars. I know
Yeah.
you got something for us.
I do.
Come
You
on,
got, I know you got.
Take
Look,
us out
you see
with
how
some bars.
quick, unprompted? She's like, "What? I do." It wasn't no like. Hold on.
Do you do a beat or no?
Acapella? Can you do it
All right,
acapella?
let's
Just
do it.
end it off with a fucking.
Go
All right.
crazy. Go crazy.
I just wrote this, so if I fuck up, fuck yeah. Here it goes. No, wait, I'm gonna do amazing because those are affirmations.
There you go.
Need I remind you that memo find you my all in it. Fuck if they like you, if that define you, it's all gimmicks. Silence my rivals from my arrival, this God given. They just recycle what idols tell them through false living. I'm not surprised that it's satisfied because they fall victim. It may look shiny but grimy behind the wall image. Bitter basalt isn't. You giving jobs, is it? Look, bitch, we boss different. Sacred piece off limits. Nothing to look at, they gotta listen. Now look at that. Oh, not getting biased and quiet when it's the looking glass. So what, I'm picky. These hoes have picked me that couldn't last. They capping daily, I'm captivating, you took it back. What good's the love if it's an easy turn? A sheep or her don't even think to learn. The queen emerged, now they feelings hurt. But tip the scales when you speak a verse. I'm leaving earth. No, for dinner, you gon' eat your words. All right. Trash.
Nah, that shit was what? Nah, you was blacking.
That was like,
Nah, you was blacking, and that's just a taste of the
That was-
repertoire,
word.
the internal rhyme schemes. Come on, quit playing
Yeah.
with them. Quit playing with them. Verse.
yeah. I had the first 8 though. That shit was good.
No, that shit was hella hard. With that being said, what's popping next? What can we expect to see you on?
Plug.
But besides this GTX debut,
Yeah, I just did a TED Talk.
Ooh, are you saying that you just gonna say that casually? Come
Just-
on,
I did
man.
a
Well, you
TED
did that
Talk.
in Florida or what?
It was in New York.
Oh, fuck, come
Yeah.
on, man. That's
So they
what's
were
up.
doing a well, it was shout out to my homie Samir. He was doing a tech. He did the tech talk, but he brought me on to talk about how hip hop is influential and how it's caused a lot of social change. You know what I mean? And
Right.
how to the point where brands started fucking with hip hop because of how influential it is.
course.
And so it was for a climate change rally that was happening, and so he was like, how dope would it be if we could bring hip hop to influence climate change or to influence, just being more eco-friendly and just, caring about your environment. So,
that's dope.
yeah.
That's hella raw.
Yeah.
So we got this TED Talk dropping.
TED Talk. I
You
got
got
my
a TED Talk. Come on, man.
Compliment battle.
The
Compliment
only
battle.
other battle rapper that's done that, really, I think, is Jin.
Jin for sure.
Oh, Dumbfounded. You joined the ranks of Jin and Dumbfounded with
He
that. You're
did
the
TED
first
Talk?
female battle rapper to do it. Yeah, Jin and Dumbfounded.
You're the
I'm
first
pretty
non-Asian to do it.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
fire. You three have some amazing shit going, man.
I
That's
had my
really
homegirl,
good shit, man.
my homegirl Kristen Warren. Shout out to Kristen. She was on The Hook, so they brought us
Bet.
out. I can't wait till it drops, and it's just just showing the
Right,
reach
man.
that
Proud
hip
of
hop
you.
has, and so
Proud of you, my
New
man.
music, I
So
assume
good.
too.
I got I just recorded 2 records with Talib Kweli and
Let's go,
Crazy.
man.
Madlib.
Shout out to Talib,
What?
man.
Shout out
Let's
to
go.
Madlib.
You over
yeah.
a Madlib
Madlib
beat?
too.
Yeah,
Come on.
actually, that verse was the Madlib. I
That's
literally just did it last
fucking
week. So.
crazy.
Fire.
Yeah, and then
That's like one of my
Yeah.
goals
Yo,
in
this is
life.
the niche you
like-
belong in, too.
and then
You're around the right shit. All of it.
Yeah, I like being around rappers.
Yeah,
you know what I
no,
mean?
you where you
Like,
belong.
I realize that, and I love what you said earlier when you're like, do you feel the pressure of dumbing it down? And there was a time where I was like, maybe I'm doing too bar heavy, and now I'm like,
Fuck that.
I want to fucking, I love multis. Like, that's my shit.
Look
you
at
know What I,
you.
mean? I love multis.
Could you, hey,
Ladies and
hold
gentlemen,
on, hold on.
MyVerse.
There's a girl that looks like this that said, I love multis.
Yeah,
and she's
I know.
not talking about orgasms.
Yes.
Ain't that some fucking shit?
Oh, I got
I
one
love
more
you,
thing.
MyVerse.
Let me flex real quick, too.
She got a tarot reader hat on.
Okay,
Come
these
on.
bitches ain't got a future.
Come on.
Ooh. Okay, but no, shout out to Red Bull.
Shout out to
I
Red
just
Bull.
did Culture Clash.
Batalla.
Batalla.
Yeah, and yo,
Hey, we
Yo.
did a little something with
Look
them, man.
at
Shouts
you.
out to Red Bull, man.
I'm
Yeah,
so
Hey,
proud
was
of
Diz
man,
blacking
I'll
in
have to see
Spanish,
that.
though? Was he going hard?
nah, he was killing it.
Yeah, I
killing it. Saying it.
appreciate
What is it? Tú eres, mi vieja es elegante. Tu vieja es
Elefante.
elefante. Yo, room shaker. Room shaker.
And it's so nursery, too.
It is, but let's talk about it though, because what I love about Latinos and in
a different
what
humor.
batalla
It's
is,
a crazy
it's
humor.
very it's all about it's all about how you perform it. You know what I mean? And it's all about the energy you give, and and if you rhyme really good, like they love multis.
You know what I think it is too, and I was telling Lush this before. I think like one of the biggest shock that's gonna come to people is the fact that they know me as Dizaster, this dude that yells multis in English, and now I'm, instead of like sounding completely different in Spanish, I'm like using my style. So it's like hella. It's like I'm entering your world and like giving you a taste of what I would sound like if I was born over there. You know what I mean? It's kind of
phenomenal.
And that's what we need from you and GTX is bilingual shit.
That's what we wanted to talk to you about.
In Spanish.
You gonna have to do it because that's you.
No,
you know
I got a rep. I definitely got a rep.
Just let me host it with Lush, man.
Come on,
be right there, man.
Come on, unless you're battling her.
Hey,
yeah, but Red Bull, I'm working close with Red Bull in general. You know, I just did the culture class. Shout out to the do-over stage we won. Talk to me nice, and man, it was great. Like, I got a lot of things lined up. So when I ask for the bag, I ask. You know, it comes with a lot of perks.
One of the hardest working MCs in the game.
Thank you.
A great friend and a great person and lethal on the mic. So watch out. You heard it here first. He's a motherfucking top op.
Ladies and gentlemen, MyVerse, man.
Natalia.
God tier podcast. We up out of here, man.
This biatch.